Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome back for our fourth day of the Read Aloud stories. And I wanted to start off today with drawing a name from the second story. So over the weekend, I got so many responses from that story, and I gave you a little bit of extra time on it since we had the weekend. I will go ahead and draw a name now. And like I said, I just draw on camera, so it seems fair. And today's winner is Madison. So Madison, congratulations. I will make sure that I get something out to you in the mail, okay? Now, I chose a story today that I think a lot of you are going to enjoy because I remember so many of you all are cat lovers, and I am too. I have two cats at home. And so I found this story named Charlie Anderson, which is got the sweetest message in it. And my challenge for you at the end today is to summarize the story using somebody wanted, but, so, and then. So as I'm reading, be thinking about who the somebody is, what they wanted, but what was the problem that they encountered, so how did they solve the problem, and then what kind of wrapped up at the end, then what happened at the very end, the conclusion of the story. So I'm going to start reading to you Charlie Anderson, and the author is Barbara Abercrombie. One cold night, a cat walked out of the woods, up the steps, across the deck, and into the house where Elizabeth and Sarah lived. He curled up next to their fireplace to get warm. He watched the 6 o'clock news on TV. He tasted their dinner, and he tried out their beds. He decided to stay, and the girls named him Charlie. Every morning, Charlie disappeared into the woods again. At night, when he came home, Elizabeth brushed him, cleaned him, fed him dinner, and made a space for him at the foot of her bed. He liked Elizabeth's bed the best. Sometimes he would wake up in the middle of the night, and she would wake up in the middle of the night and hear him purring in the dark. Sarah called him baby and dressed him up in doll clothes. When it snowed, Elizabeth's and Sarah's mother heated Charlie's milk before he would leave for the woods. He grew fatter and fatter, and every day he purred louder and louder. He's a happy kitty. On weekends, the girls stayed with their father and their stepmother in the city. They wanted to bring Charlie with them, but their mother said that he would miss the woods. Charlie is a country cat, she told them. One stormy night, Charlie didn't come home. Sarah and Elizabeth stayed out on the deck and called for his name, but no Charlie. Where was he? Why wouldn't he come out of the woods? Was he all right? Think about if maybe they've encountered a problem at this point. All night long, Elizabeth listened to the rain beating on the roof and the wind rattling the windows. Was he cold? Was he hurt? Where was Charlie? In the morning, Elizabeth and Sarah looked for him. They asked the lady down the road if she'd seen their cat. She said no and offered them cookies, but they were too worried to eat anything, even chocolate chip cookies. They went to the new house on the other side of the woods. Have you seen our cat? They asked. His name is Charlie, and he's very fat and has gray striped fur. We have a cat with gray striped fur, said the man. But his name's not Charlie. It's Anderson. He's upstairs. He's asleep on our bed. They heard a meow, and down the stairs came a very fat cat with gray striped fur. Charlie, Sarah and Elizabeth cried. No, that's Anderson, said the woman, and we've had him for 7 years. Right, Anderson? He looked at her and began to purr. But it's Charlie, Sarah said. He looked at her and purred louder. Is he ever here at night? Elizabeth asked. Anderson is a hunter, said the man. He prowls the woods at night. Charlie sleeps in my bed at night, Elizabeth said. He leaves the woods after breakfast. He leaves for the woods after breakfast. Anderson comes home at breakfast time, said the woman, and he leaves right after dinner. They all looked at the cat. He sat at their feet, very happy and very fat. They call him Charlie Anderson now. And sometimes in bed at night, Elizabeth asks him, "Who do you love best, Charlie Anderson?" And she can hear him purring in the dark. Just like Elizabeth and Sarah, Charlie has 2 houses, 2 beds, and 2 families who love him, and he is a lucky cat. All right, so my question for you today, like I had said at the beginning, I wanted to give you some warning so that you could be thinking about it as I was reading, is to summarize Charlie Anderson for me using the skill that we learned and practiced this year in class. Somebody wanted, but, so, then. So who's the somebody? What did they want? But what was the problem? So how did they solve it? And then how did the story conclude? Okay, so be thinking about that. Summarize for me using somebody wanted, but, so, then. Get your answers to me. However you've been doing is fabulous. You can dojo them, email them, take pictures, videos, however you're sharing it with me. I love that. And then tomorrow it will be our 5th video, and I will draw a winner from the story on Friday. If you have not read the story on Friday and you have not sent an answer in to me, you can catch up and do 2 today, or do that one today and then save Charlie Anderson for tomorrow. So I'm giving 2 days as a reminder for you to get your comprehension question into me. Okay? All right. I look forward to seeing your answers, and I will be back with you tomorrow.